Hey guys, this is Karim. You see this building? You see this place around me? This is where I live. This is 514 Vermont Street in Canyon, Brooklyn, New York. I've been living here for a little over a year now, actually almost 2 years now. And very recently, I just found out something very interesting about this building. This building that I've been living in has no certificate of occupancy, meaning it is illegal. How did this happen? Well, I found the building through a realtor here in Brooklyn, and almost from the moment I met him, something seemed unseemly about him. The building had is run by his purported aunt and uncle. Whether how if they're related, I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what he says. So whatever. He and they have looked like they have rented out this apartment by the room. I have two roommates, both elderly men. One is about 70 years old, the other about 63. So we've all been living here together for about right around the same time for about 2 years, not knowing that the building had no CFO, no certificate of occupancy. For those who are not from New York City, the certificate of occupancy is a document that the city's Department of Buildings issues to make sure that the building is up to code, it's safe to inhabit, it's safe to live in, it's safe to work, be around. If a building does not have a certificate of occupancy, it cannot be legally occupied, nor can the landlord legally collect rent. Why am I bringing this up? Because my roommates and I had vouchers issued by the city. Our downstairs neighbor, she has a Section 8 voucher. So we've been having we've had a landlord collecting rent on the taxpayers' dime, city and federal taxpayers' dime, for an apartment that they had no right to rent out and no right to collect rent on. To make matters worse, our landlord had rented our apartment out by the room, which is also a violation of the city. The city sees that as an SRO, so technically speaking, if the judges were to rule on that, they could rule that the leases are void on the just on the surface. Why am I bringing this up to you? Because we may all have to leave. The buildings department has already been made aware of this situation, and it's also going to be back most likely within the next few weeks with access warrants because I've already tipped them off about what's going on in the building. But now it's time for you guys to be aware of it. This building is 514 Vermont Street. If you look it up on the Department of Buildings website, you'll see that the building has no certificate of occupancy. Now, not all buildings in New York City are going to have one. That's an exception, though. It's a Any building built before 1938 that hasn't really been renovated in any way will not have one. But anything built after 1938 must have one. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is just so unseemly in so many ways. It's just like, what the hell? But these chicken shit bastards, Dolores and Alderman Beckford, have been doing this for God knows how long. And if you look at the timeline of the paperwork of this building, you might find some things that are also very interesting. Like this building's been registered as a one-family house, a three-family house, as well as an apartment building. What's going on? Only they can tell me that question, and obviously now that I've exposed them, they're not going to do that. But let's see what happens. Peace.